The following is a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio. A show that looks good, feels good, and sounds good. This is When in Rome with Stuart Rome.
Welcome back to When in Rome with Stuart Rome. Wherever you get your favorite podcast, we're available on every major indice out there. Wherever you see your favorite podcast, you can find When in Rome with Stuart Rome. Make sure you put with Stuart Rome on there because there's other podcasts called When in Rome. There's some criminal thing and some Italy thing or something or other. But he is Stuart Rome, the owner of the Woodhouse Day Spa, birmingham.woodhousespas.com. And I've been giving out that email address and giving out that website now for quite some time. And I bet you some people wore that thing out on Cyber Monday, correct?
We had a great Cyber Monday, great Black Friday. That whole weekend was great because we had specials going on all the way through that Monday. And numbers were good, and everybody was excited to get in and take advantage of all those specials. And Cyber Monday was online, so a lot of people didn't even have to come to the shop. They can just buy all their stuff online and get rid of that Christmas list early, at least scratch off something.
I hear you.
Which is so. It was good.
No, it's and we might as well tell people, but you had a 7-for-5 deal, which is just like unbelievable. I know some people do like 15, 20% back. I get Kohl's Cash. I do all this.
Yeah.
But a 7-for-5 deal, man, you're talking like several $100s worth of free stuff just by getting those packages. And you're going to get them anyway. So it's just a great deal. And of course, I got to do some shopping for my baby girl. You just appeared on ABC 3340's starting lineup, which you'll see Stuart on coming up on Saturday morning at 10:30. And we were talking about that, man. You gentlemen out there, you guys have daughters. You want to teach them right? Go buy them. Don't spoil them and get them some good stuff. So when they do start dating, they expect that from their boys, because I got news for you. There's not a bunch of them out there. As fathers, we need to do that for them. So make sure you get your baby girl some gift cards, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of moms and daughters that come in, some dads and daughters. It's fairly common. Mm-hmm. And, it's get them on the right track and right habits and let them come in by themselves and start doing it on their own.
There you go.
It's never too early. They can get skincare. They're old enough and get massages. Obviously, we have, pedicures, manicures. So, we have a lot of teenagers coming in now, which is good because you have everybody's in sports, mm-hmm. soccer, volleyball. Then the boys are in baseball and football, and it affects those muscles. And we've got some great massages for that.
No doubt. Info at TonyCurryRadio.net. Info at TonyCurryRadio.net. If you got some emails, we got plenty to get into. We're doing snow songs. It's been snowing everywhere but here. Let's go to our first one right away, and then we'll start talking about everything you got going over the holidays at the Woodhouse Day Spa. It's kind of funny because your first one actually is kind of red hot, man. Yeah,
well, exactly. Uh-huh. 20 degrees, I think, tonight, the day we're recording this, obviously not during the week when it's being on Tony Kurre Radio, but it's kind of your interpretation of snow songs when you deal with rock could be a couple of different interpretations, right?
Yes, it could be.
So some of these, actually, I think most of these, maybe not all, maybe all of these are really the alternative version of the wet stuff. So anyway, first one is going to be Red Hot Chili Peppers' "Snow."
That's it, man. Snow from Red Hot Chili Peppers. And just as you said that, we saw each other earlier, and I was like, you should do some snow. I was thinking, man, there's so many snow songs. I haven't even pulled up, but I was thinking, is there Snowblind from Styx? There's like the AC/DC's got a song called Snowballed. There's a ton of songs.
Black Sabbath song that's not on here, but I think it's Snowblind or something like that.
I think it's a Snowblind too, no doubt. So I know we're going to get one of these email questions because people are kind of nosy, but what was your big seller on outside your gift cards? If someone was specifically buying things, what were your big sellers on Black Friday and Cyber Monday?
Yeah, well, obviously, Cyber Monday, you have to do that online. Yeah. So it's all about gift cards. But over the weekend when we were doing a 7-for-5, a lot of people like to buy robes. They like to throw in a candle. Yeah, candles that would go into the bag with the gift card for the 7-for-5. Just stocking stuffer type stuff. But robes always big, candles always big, and things like neck wraps and holiday things like that. Like your lavender dog kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And,
my daughter had that thing warmed up the other day. She put the whole stinking thing in the microwave. I said, I don't know if you're supposed to put the whole dog in the microwave. It got a little wet. But
I think you're supposed to take the insert out.
Yeah, I said, I don't think you're supposed to, put the whole dog in there, but she did. But she slept with it, man. That thing was stout, brother. You could smell that thing all the way from downstairs. It was great.
And that was from last year, right?
It sure was. Yeah, and it's still getting after it. Info at TonyCurryRadio.net. Lucy in Northport. We got a lot of Northport folks up in the Tuscaloosa area. We love that. Lucy wants to know what kind of specials you're going to have for the Christmas season. We just had a bunch of specials, Lucy. But last year you did you gave away a throw or something like that, or a nice blanket or something like that. Are you going to be doing anything like that again?
Well, so we put together some packages this year. Not so much the throw, because we've kind of done that the last few years. I think everybody has one by now. Mm-hmm. So we put together some special packages. I think there's 4 or 5 of them, anything from a couple services to like a full day deal. Mm-hmm. We're going to offer the 6 for $5. I know it's not the 7 for $5, but it's still a great deal. So if you want to come in, you pay for 5 services, we're going to give you a free service. And it's going to go on your account. So you can gift them to people. You can share them. You can use them all on the same day with friends. They don't expire. So that's a great deal in addition to our packages. And then we'll have a bunch of retail specials. Mm-hmm. You have to actually come in and see those. But we'll have discounts on, certain things, some skincare lines and some other special things. So, it's going to be a fun time.
Awesome. Barb in Wetumpka wants to know, she's getting married. Congratulations to you, Barb. She's getting married in April 12th. She's getting married. That's, by the way, my daughter's birthday, April 12th, Barb. And wants to know if you would do specials, if you'd bring just a boatload of people in to the room. And we actually spoke about this. I'm sure you'll take care of them.
Oh, absolutely. We actually, in our new expansion, we have a dedicated party room. Mm-hmm. So if you bring in a group, I think we could probably get up to 15, 16 people in that room. You bring in the group, you can have your own room. It's got a nice fireplace. It's got AV equipment if you want to like run photos back, around photos from old parties and things that they do, like kind of, usually they'll do those kind of things that maybe rehearse at dinners and things like that. Yeah. We have the rooms to accommodate that many people as far as services go. So that's all included. You can bring in food, you can bring in champagne. We've got all the silverware dishes, all that stuff, and that's all included in the package. So we definitely can handle that. We do a lot of bridal and bachelorette type parties. Now,
would you want to, because it'd be expensive to buy the place out, but I mean, if you got 15 or 16 people and you kind of want to run the place, how does that work? Would you close the place up for those people, or how does that work?
I mean, we could do that, depending on how many people, if they were doing, everybody was doing the service and they were all doing, for 3 hours or something, we could probably block that off. We do have my local CPA firm actually just finished, but they rent the whole spa out for 2 full days in a row for their best female clients. But I mean, we're talking that they're bringing in, they all do hour services and they're bringing in 70 to 80 people.
Yeah, that's
kind of what it takes to take the whole spa for the full day, for the whole day. But if you got enough people and you have like a 2-hour block, you're going to take up most of the rooms anyway. So you'll certainly have the spa to yourself.
And I've said this a million times, and I know we have people, repeat listeners that listen every single week, thousands of folks, and we get new people. Our numbers are always going up. But I mean, get there early. I mean, whether you have a wedding party or something like that, but for people that got like a 1 o'clock and they get there 10 minutes before, I mean, they don't charge you to go in there. I get there like 45 minutes early, and I've taken a nap. Because I want to I don't want to fall asleep during my procedure. I want to make sure that I can feel everything and enjoy everything. And I know it feels so good. Some people, fall asleep, but I usually take a nap. And then, normally the last thing I want to do is go out. I feel like a vampire facing the sun, after you've been inside for a couple hours and getting a massage or getting a pedicure or a hydrofacial or whatever. And you want to make sure that, you set the tone when you walk out the door. So kind of take your time, man. Enjoy the day there. It's super. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's not incumbent for me to go in that quiet room and I'll see somebody under the blanket on one of the recliners there.
Exactly.
Just completely zoned out, and it was just fantastic. Because typically, the guests in the quiet room respect the fact that we want quiet in there. There's no people talking on cell phones, and the music is nice and low that we play, and it's all great, spa type music. So it's a great place to relax, come in before, like you said, stay a little bit longer after your service, because we're all about the experience, not just the service itself, which, that's our favorite thing is having guests hang out longer than their services are, so that they've got the big smile on their face and they're relaxed. And
that's kind of a rarity, man. You go anywhere else and they chase you off. You know what I mean? I mean, you pay your deal and they're kind of scooting you out the door because they want to have turnover. And obviously your place is big enough that you don't have to worry about that, but it's a great service. Jeff in Birmingham says, I can't believe it's been a year since the expansion of the Woodhouse Day Spa. He wants to know if you could add anything else, if you could expand again, and I doubt you're going to be doing any type of future expansion.
I don't know if there's any space next to me.
Yeah, what would you add if you could add anything to Woodhouse Day Spa? That's from Jeff in Birmingham.
It's a good question. I would not add probably additional rooms or additional services at this point, unless something really came out that really excited me. But what I'd love to do is expand the locker rooms. I think a female locker room is not too tight, but it's getting there. Mm-hmm. I'd love to have that thing bigger. The men's locker room, it's fine because we usually don't have a bunch of men coming in at the same time. Yeah. But my number one thing would be enlarging the women's locker room, and then I'd love to enlarge the area where we have the employees. We did open up a little break room, but I'd love to have some more space back there. So more modifying what we have as opposed to adding services or more service rooms at this point.
There you go. He is Stuart Rome. Winter Rome with Stuart Rome. A great little show, a little hybrid. It's won a national honor, which we're really excited about at LA. It's a little award there. It's kind of a hybrid show, and you don't find many shows where we're actually talking about businesses and we talk about rock and roll and stuff. And he actually picks a theme every week. And this week we're doing snow tunes so far, Red Hot Chili Peppers. And up next is a Buck Cherry tune. Thank goodness we're on internet radio. We could play anything from Buck Cherry. I saw them open up for Bob Seger, man. I mean, they can get after it. What do you got from Buck Cherry?
Let's see. I'm going to change the title of the song. It's I Love the Snow.
I love the snow. I love it. I love the snow from Buck Cherry there. Yes, we're doing snow tunes here, getting ready for little chilly nights here in the Birmingham area. He is Stuart Rome, Winter Rome. He's the owner of the wonderful Woodhouse Day Spa right here in Birmingham. It's right there in the summit. If you're pulling in, people are, I know they just had the Christmas tree lighting up there last Friday at the summit. And they had fireworks the whole 9 yards. It was pretty cool.
Speaking of, I hate to interrupt you, but speaking of that, because I'll forget about it. Yeah. You just reminded me. We also have Santa Claus next door to us all through December.
Nice.
So you come to the Woodhouse, and then you can go in and you can take photos with Santa, bring the kids. I think they even do gift wrapping and stuff over there. But yeah, we have Santa Claus right next to us.
That is sweet.
The whole month of December.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right, check out Santa Claus too. That's wonderful. That's super. Let me get another email here. Michael in Birmingham wants to know, what do you know about cryotherapy? It's funny. I was just talking to a friend of mine about this. Was it yesterday or the day before? And he's having some circulation problems with some of his extremities. And I said, have you ever tried cryotherapy? And he's like, he had no clue what that was. And I had a friend of mine who actually had one of these machines at some gym on Highway 31. I don't know if it's still there, but what do you know about cryotherapy? Does it work? I know you guys don't have a machine there. I don't know. I don't even know what one of those things would run. I'm assuming it would be really, really expensive to own something like that. But they're super cool. And I know a lot of athletes use them too.
Yeah, I've actually been in one at one of these spa shows that I went to. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can't be in that long. I think it's about a 5-minute deal. Yeah, because the temperature is so low, and you have to wear gloves and you have to wear earmuffs and protection, that kind of thing. But I think the whole premise is it kind of shocks the body, and then it really, helps with blood flow when you get out and your temperature drops. And I think it's a circulation type issue. I'm not 100% positive that's the best benefit from it, but yeah, it's basically just it's like I don't want to say a telephone booth because those don't exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
But it's similar like the old telephone booth. You walk in there and they set the temperature, and I really think from what I remember, it was probably a 5-minute deal at most, but it's pretty cool. And I don't know if it benefits everybody. I didn't notice a huge difference, but I don't really have many major issues.
Well, you're in pretty good shape. When I did it, it was kind of like it was like an egg. Where your head was sticking out of the top, and you had to wear gloves, and you had to wear socks, and you had to wear underwear. Because I want to say it's like minus 370 degrees or something. I mean, it's silly crazy, and it restricts your blood cells and your bloodlines, your veins, and I mean, it basically slows your. And then when you get out, I mean, everything is just flushed out, and I mean, it feels like you can run like 8,000 miles an hour when you get out. It really is. You don't feel any pain for a while. It's amazing.
It's going to wake you up. It's going to wake all the senses through. Yeah, the one that I did, it was you had to go in, head was in there too. That's why you had earmuffs on. And I think there was maybe some eye protection, but it does make sense, that egg thing, that your head's sticking out of it, because then you don't have to worry about the other stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Helen in Southside has had issues with carpal tunnel syndrome for years. She said she's talked to a lady at her office, and she says that she gets a manicure once a week, and it helps with her carpal tunnel. Can you explain if that's a possibility and how they can help?
Yeah, she's probably receiving, the type of manicures that we do, the spa manicures, which includes hand massage, not just painting the nails and clipping them. So they're probably using some techniques for hand massage that's going to help with the blood flow, and it's probably relieving the pain. It's not going to be permanent if you have carpal tunnel syndrome. I think the only way to address that permanently is you're going to have surgery on it because of the nerves. But we can use different massage techniques. We can use different balms like willow balm, which is a nice all natural kind of pain relief balm. So it'll definitely give them relief. And if she's doing once a week, it may be what she needs. But like I said, it's a permanent condition typically, and surgery is unfortunately the way to go if you want to take care of that permanently. Well,
by the way, I had a shoulder surgery 3 weeks ago on Thursday on my rotator cuff. Got that all fixed up, and I'm going in to have my back done. I'm hoping next week. So I can't wait, because the last time I went in and had a massage, I could not get comfortable. And for people that have had a lot of surgeries and they have a lot of chronic pain, we get you. I mean, it's hard to lay there for an hour and a half. I'm kind of a fidgety individual anyway. So man, I can't wait just to go in there and pass out after I get fixed up. It's going to be great stuff. So
I hope that's successful. I mean,
well, I wouldn't be doing it. I'm 58 years old, man, and I want to be around another 40 years. And I'm moving like an old man. I want to look like Stuart Rome.
Well, I don't know about that, but I did notice that today during the show, when you were looking at me, it was a little bit stiff. So, you've got to kind of turn your whole body because of the neck but that's I think that surgery is going to help take care of it.
I got me Dr. Swade. I think he's going to take care of Tone to Bone, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's go to Teddy in Tuscaloosa. Teddy in Tuscaloosa wants to know, could you please share any information on inversion therapy? Is that hanging upside down? That's the bat thing, right?
Well, that's what I've always heard it is. I mean, inversion boots, that kind of thing. I don't know much about it except that, all the blood obviously is going to flow to your head. Which may stimulate, maybe it'll get rid of a headache. I really don't know a whole lot about it. The only thing I know about is back in the day, the inversion boots were made for like ab exercises and things where you'd hang upside down, then you had to do crunches and that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's more of a workout than a therapeutic type session, but maybe there's some benefits to it. I'm not sure.
Well, I think it's a little like traction. I think it helps with it. Because I know it separates the spinal cord a little bit, and maybe there's a decompression issue there when you're hanging upside down. I would
kind of like a chiropractor, but you just hang upside down instead of having somebody work on you.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Speaking of chiropractors, and I'll get to it. We got an email about chiropractors, and then I got a funny story I want to share with you. But give me the song. I want to do. We're doing some snow songs here. When in Rome with Stuart Rome, exclusively here on Tony Curre Radio. What is your third song, my friend?
We're gonna go with the little Leonard Skinner, That Smell.
That smell, that would be a drug song. We're not talking. We're not talking about the type of snow there, and that's just.
I
fine
thought
too.
they were smelling the snow outside. I'm sorry.
they may be licking some. All snow is different. There's not a snowflake alike. So maybe they were talking about that as well. Info at TonyCurryRadio.net, Birmingham.woodhousespas.com. Go to their website. If you missed out Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and of course, like Stuart always does, he goes a little extra long with these things. So really, people got some great deals. Continue to listen to this show wherever you get your favorite podcast, and make sure you check out the Woodhouse Days Ball there in the Summit, or call them 905-7676, and you'll get all the inside information you need to make sure you get some great deals. Another Betty here, Betty in Birmingham, wants to know, what's Stuart Rome's take on chiropractors? I've got a friend of mine who's a chiropractor, and he's a great guy, and it's actually helped me. And I think a lot of people feel like once they start going to a chiropractor, then you almost feel like you have to go, because they're making adjustments and it feels good. And when they make adjustments that feel good, then it goes back. And so some people think it's kind of a racket, because they're like, once you start going, you got to go all the time. But that's kind of the idea. What's your thoughts? Have you ever used a chiropractor?
I have, and I've got actually a couple of friends in New Orleans that are chiropractors, and really, well respected. I think from talking to them, it's great for things like you go for, or used to go for, where you get an adjustment, or you get your body's out of whack, or your spine is a little bit out of whack, and the adjustment can take care of that. So I think it takes care of all these things that surgery will not, or it helps you avoid surgery, which is even better. So if you got a serious back issue, if you got disc issues, things like that, I think. I don't know how a chiropractor is going to actually help that. Maybe it's possible, but so those serious kind of things probably involve what you're going to do, and you're going to get some back surgery. But I think for the most part, it helps people probably avoid some of these surgeries that they don't really have to get if they do visit the chiropractor on a regular basis. So I'd rather do that than go through back surgeries that may or may not work.
There you go. And I just saw that Tiger Woods just had back surgery again. I want to say it's like his 7th or 8th back surgery, and I'm like, dude. I mean, that's one of those things where obviously I don't know if he's tweaking it, or I don't know if he's just going in to continually try to make it better. But I mean, I don't want to be having 7 back surgeries, so hopefully that's not an issue with us. Stacy in West Virginia wants to know about deep tissue massages. She said, what's the difference between a deep tissue massage and a regular massage?
Typically, the regular massage we call our Swedish body balance massage. It's lighter pressure. Deep tissue, to some people, it's not comfortable. It actually will hurt. It gets deep into the muscle, and the muscles tighten up. It's like when you pull a muscle or something that basically is kind of tightened up. Mm-hmm. And what the deep tissue pressure does is it gets in there and it breaks apart the tissue. And but some people, you can actually feel the lumps in their back if they've got a pull muscle, and the therapists take their thumbs and just really apply some deep tissue up and down to try to stretch those things out. So it's a great thing. I mean, a lot of people like to get them, especially people that are into sports, because it helps relieve all those muscle aches. But for some people, it's too much. But we do things like we can go in between pressure, in between the Swedish and the deep tissue, where it's comfortable, but still getting some of the tissues and things like that. So we can modify things, but it's good to try if you've got a pulled muscle. And if it's not uncomfortable, then that's probably the one you should stick with. Yeah,
well, as a guy, we've talked about this as a guy, and you've got some lookers up there. You got some nice looking ladies that do massages, and the last thing I want to do is I want to sit there and tell her that she's being too rough on me. But that's what these girls do. I mean, they can hurt you if they want to. I mean, that's what they do. And some guys really like it hard. But I've always thought that if I was in some type of pain, I thought it was normal. I thought maybe she's just hitting some naughty areas or areas of my body. And sometimes, I mean, just tell them to loosen up a little bit, because the last thing you want to do is, and I've had a massage when I think maybe it was the first or second massage I ever had 30 years ago, and I walked out and I was in pain for 3 days. You're not supposed to feel like that.
Right. Yeah. That's probably too much pressure. But, if you have one specific area, let's say you have your upper back on the right side has a little tightness, you really, you have to book a deep tissue. You can put it in Swedish and then talk to the therapist and say, like, I've got this one spot right here. If you can just kind of work on that for a minute, we can do that kind of spot treatment. So a lot of people do that instead of doing the full deep tissue the entire time.
All right, we got a couple more emails here. You got a couple more songs here. Let's do some Rolling Stones. What you got for the Stones?
Can't You Hear Me Knocking?
Can't You Hear Me Knocking? All 8 minutes of it right here, the Rolling Stones, as we do songs about snow. I love that song. That's a great song, and you don't ever hear that song anywhere, period.
Yeah,
and I'm just happy to play that right here on Tony Curry Radio. And that's another one of those bands, man. All these bands, AC/DC just announced they're going on tour. They're doing like 16 stadium shows. I think they're playing Nissan Stadium up in Nashville on May 20th. I need to get up there. And then you got Sammy Hagar, who's on the road. He's going out to Las Vegas. And I would love to see the Stones play one more time. Are they playing anymore? Are they? Because I know they played down there at Jazz Fest. Are they playing anywhere? Are they still on the road?
Not that I know about it. I know I did go to that show, and it was great seeing them. It was packed, 100,000 people or something like that.
It's crazy.
But I have not heard that they're touring right now. I mean, it's always a possibility because they don't seem to ever stop.
No.
But So, but as far as the Stone songs go with Can't You Hear Me Knocking, I'm pretty sure it's about they're trying to knock on somebody's door because it's snowing and cold outside, right?
Absolutely. And it's much warmer inside, yes.
That's why I picked that song for the snow.
That is exactly, you got that exactly right. Billy in Tannehill said, please, he said, first of all, I love the show. Please take it from me. Don't ever sit in one of those chairs at the mall. He said, I tried to get a massage the other night and it beat my ass. he said he got it. It was the most uncomfortable thing he's ever gotten. I think they're like 10 or 15 bucks. I take my son. We go to the mall and we ride elevators just for fun once a week. And I see those chairs sitting there. I rarely see anybody in there, but evidently he got one. He said it just beat the hell out of him.
Yeah. Some of those things are, they're mechanical, obviously. And what they have rollers inside of them. And you can either set it to just kind of roll up and down your back, or you can set it where it pulsates, and it's not. I have to admit, we have some chairs, massage chairs, in our nail room, and you can turn it on. But I don't use it because I don't know, when those rollers come down, your back presses out, and I don't like deep tissue. I never get a deep tissue massage. I'm one of those guys that would be going, "Oh, you're hurting me," So, I can imagine. Especially in the mall, I don't know what kind of equipment they have, but I would avoid it. But maybe some people like it. I don't know.
Dude, if you're going to the mall to get a massage, you go in the wrong place. Go now. If you're there, people watching, maybe, I don't know. Woodhouse Day Spa, Birmingham.woodhousespas.com, Birmingham.woodhousespas.com. You're going to see Stuart. Depending on when you hear this show, we'll flip this around pretty quick. But you'll see him Saturday morning on ABC 3340. He's the starting lineup with Kip Kiefer and myself, Tony Curry. Again, he's been on several times, and he'll tell you about some special deals he's got going on there. Give me your final song, my man.
Yes, sir. This song, this is by the Byrds, and this is a song about the band smelling really good out in the snow. Yes. And they want people to smell on them because they smell so great. Name of the song is Take a Whiff on Me.
Take a Whiff on Me. You could have also done 8 Miles High, which was probably back then. What was that song from Cream? I think it was called Schwaber. It was Eric Clapton singing about tiny purple fishes run laughing through my fingers. Right. They were having a good time when they were writing some of that stuff, man. Right. Hey, tell people. Go ahead.
The only one I couldn't play would be Eric Clapton Cocaine because there's no excuse.
There's no. you nailed that spot on. Tell people how they can get in touch with you, my man.
Absolutely. Our favorite way obviously is people to come down and visit us down at the spa on the summit right across from Saks Fifth Avenue and at lower level. But if you can't make it over there, we have 24/7 online booking and gift card sales at birmingham.woodhousespas.com, or give us a call at 905. No, what is it? 205? 205 905 7676.
Yes, sir. We'll catch up next week, my man. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great weekend.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.